Okay, so year 10, we're looking just at a formative quiz on some of the aspects of surface area and volume on the following pages. So we just got a few questions. There's not comprehensive, but it'll give you an idea what to expect. So I've got 4 questions here: a cube, a cuboid, an open-topped cylinder. Okay, so this is surface area to start with. Okay, not volume. So this first set of exercises is surface area, not volume. So an open-top cylinder, a triangular prism, and a composite shape. So what I want you to do is pause the tape, and when you're ready, come back live. So it might take you about 10 minutes or so. Okay, so we're back, and so the first one, the cube, surface area of a cube. I've written the formula down to start with. So again, you're likely to have this on a cheat sheet, but the formula is 6L squared, so it's 6 times 2.3 squared, and just use your calculator. And I've said 1 decimal place, so the 4 leaves the 7 as a 7. You don't need to round up. The cuboid, the formula, I should have written the formula down, so surface area equals 2 LW LH WH, so that's the formula, and then I've just put the numbers in. So basically 6 goes with 4, 6 goes with 3, and 4 goes with 3, and just use your calculator. Don't forget units: centimetres squared, or metres squared, or millimetres squared, something squared. Okay, next one, an open top cylinder. So the normal formula, there's 2 versions, 2 pi r plus h, which is for a full cylinder, or 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Now the 2 pi r squared is the top and bottom circle, but in this particular question it was an open tops, so you don't have 2 of them, you only have 1 of them, and then you just put the numbers in. So 1 pi r squared, and you end up again with a rounded answer to 251.3 to 1 decimal place. Now the fourth one is actually the hardest one. To find that rectangular surface area there, the 13 was missing, so I've done a Pythagoras calculation. 5, 12, and x for the hypotenuse, so x is going to be the longest side. When you have the longest side, you have a plus, not a minus, so you go through and you get x equals 13. So the formula that we've been using is surface area is 2 triangles plus 3 rectangles. The triangle is half base height, so half is a half. The base is 12, and the height is 5, and so that gives you 60, so that's one of your triangles. The rectangle, there's 3 rectangles. There's a bottom rectangle 12 by 10, a side rectangle 5 by 10, and this rectangle that we had to find, which is 13 by 10. So you've got 2 triangles and 3 rectangles, and then just use your calculator to get 420. So that was the hardest one. And the last one is the composite shape. Now again, this is the way I'd like you to do it. You've got methods where you can just add up lots and lots of rectangles, but in my method that I've been encouraging or showing, you do it as 2 shapes, 2 cuboids, so you get 2 areas, and then the hidden area is that brown shape there. That's where it blocks up and you can't see it, so you just subtract that twice, because you can't see it on the first and you can't see it on the second, so you subtract it twice. Okay, so we've done some practice. So let's move on to the next questions. Okay, so now we're moving on to volume. Volume correct to 1 decimal place where appropriate. So again, I've got a cube, a cylinder, a triangular prism, and a composite shape. So I want you to pause, and when you're ready, come back live. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go. So again, I'll write the formulas down. So the cube is, okay, just remember it's a volume formula, not a surface area. So it's length cubed, so it's 6 cubed, and on your calculator equals 216. And because we're measuring volume, we have to have cubic units. So don't forget, volume has cubic units, not square. The cylinder, the formula is pi r squared h, and the diameter was 4, and so you had to halve that number to a 2. Okay, so if you put 4 squared, you fell for the trap. You use your calculator. When you're doing to 1 decimal place, the 9 is in the second spot, so 7 has to round up to 0.8, because 7, 9 becomes 8 to 1 decimal place. And again, we've got cubic units. Okay, next one. Okay, so in the diagram, I gave you this extra information. That number there is not needed for volume. We would use that for surface area, so you need that for surface area, but not for volume. So I gave you extra information. So the formula, half base height length. Okay, so half is a half. The height is 6, the base is 8, the length is 7. So just chuck it on your calculator. Excuse me. And volume is cubic units. Next one. Okay, so with volume, we don't have to worry about hidden shapes. We just find the first volume and the second volume. Work out what the numbers are. First one's a 653. Second one's a 243. Just find the two volumes and add them up together. And I think that's our last page, and that's it. Okay, so hopefully you got something out of that, and moving on to a new topic, obviously with coordinate geometry. Okay, bye.